family viewing.
Hello and welcome to yet another episode of The Grind with me, your host Hibak Said. This week, we're going to be focusing on the gaming industry. It's worth billions of dollars in the international markets, but how are we doing locally? We already have our entrepreneur and our expert of the day, but first, let's take a look at the market margins. The gaming industry is a global niche market generating almost $200 billion annually in global revenue and sales. Gaming is particularly famous in the US, where yearly sales can accrue at least $50 billion, a trend that is spreading like wildfire in other continents as well. In Kenya, 2023 was a particularly good year, with the entire social online gaming market worth an estimated $55 million, more than doubling from around $24 million in 2018. The new generation of tech-savvy youth have propelled the country to rank 9th continentally, and this means that a significant number of youth in the country rank among the 500 million individuals in the continent within the gaming tiers, where a gamer playing behind closed doors with soundproof earplugs and control pads may become an overnight multi-millionaire. And straight from the market margins, we have our entrepreneur of the day just to give us a feel of how this particular industry is doing in the local scene. You can start by introducing yourself. What is your name? Why exactly did you go into gaming?
Hello, I'm Solomon Kahiga, alias Soka Suleiman in the gaming world, and I am a business owner and also a team owner for an esports team owner.
Welcome to The Grind. We need to know about this gaming industry because there's so much about it that people don't know, especially with African parents. If you tell them you're doing gaming, they think you're not doing something very serious. Why did you go into it? How has the journey been for you?
One of the reasons is the aspect of the business aspect of it, and also now the other one is the passion in it. I used to be a gamer when I was a student, and through that I noted that there was a gap in that, like you've mentioned, parents think that gaming is a myth or a pastime or time wastage venture. Yes. But now we came in now to change the narrative. Now on the business aspect is that it is good because with the young people, you already have the ready market. Now with the parents, it's us now, we have to be responsible and now guide the parents on allowing their kids now to play it. Now, not just for fun or to pass time, but as something that can be made a career out of.
Right. Now, a lot of people would say you're a veteran in this sector because not many people are going into it. So what exactly is your gaming model, or what is your business model in the gaming world?
My business model is of B2B, B2C, whereby I interact directly with my customers, whereby you get a customer comes for a specific game and they pay for it for the time that they spent playing for the game. The other model is now B2B, whereby I lease out the console or the equipment to maybe institutions that maybe they have staff party and they'd like to entertain their staff, so I lend out the console to them.
Right. From this setup, it's very creative. There's a lot of graffiti going on. I can see that there is so much creativity. What would you say differentiates you from other players within this sector?
What differentiates me is being unique and also now being in touch with my clients directly, because like you've said, the graffiti part of it is now to, when you get to this place, like you came, it was a container, right. But when you get in, you find it's
a whole new world.
Yes. So the person or the client has to feel at home, and that is the first step.
Now we'll go into how you game internationally and what exactly you've done in that aspect, but let's talk about the local scene. Usually when it comes to gaming, before it became a huge business and a booming business, this used to be a place where a lot of high school kids, come and do their gaming. How exactly have you strategized to capture more clients?
The strategy is, like I mentioned, I'm a team owner, so you more formalize this gaming, that you move it from just a social or casual gaming into more of a career thing. So we form teams. These teams then train and get to participate in tournaments and compete with each other, against each other. So you'll find that casual gamer will look up to the pro gamers that are competing. So they'll turn their interest from just passing time to training or playing for a specific target.
Things are always changing, the world is always moving, and there are trends. How do you keep up with trends? How do your teammates keep up with trends?
That is one of the hardest challenge, because with time you find that the consoles change, the gaming equipment keep changing, the games themselves keep changing. Like you see the graffitis of FIFA 23, now we are on FC 24. So we moved from FIFA 23 to FIFA 24 to FC 24 now. So you just have to keep up with the trend. When the consoles change from PS4 to PS5, you have now to shift. That comes with a financial burden to it, because if you compare PS4, initially PS4 was retailing at around 50,000, but when the PS5 were released, they are retailing at around 100 and something thousand. So that is one of the challenges that we get, but we just have to keep up with it, because your client is always right. So if your client comes and they want PS5 and you don't have, then you lose that client.
Right. I would assume it's like phone trends, how you have a phone today and then there's a new one that comes and then you want that one. Now let's talk about player retention. Of course, one of the challenges you've mentioned is the consoles are changing, the game types are changing. How do you retain player loyalty?
That is one of my business secret,
right. But you don't want to share it with the grind?
I'd love to, but you see, even competitors are out there and they're still watching. So I'd just summarize it to a happy client is a loyal client. Yes.
Now, what are your primary revenue streams? Of course, now things are changing, people are more open to gaming, but where do you say that most of your money comes from?
Most of the money comes from the pay as you play. That is, now the clients come and pays for the time that they spend at the den. The other one is tournament organizing. Like you have mentioned, as a den, we organize tournaments against other gamers. So you find that with the tournaments, you get something from it. You also get sponsors. Maybe they are interested in the tournaments, so they chip in something. The other is now leasing the equipment to other interested parties or businesses.
Right. And I'm pretty sure this isn't the only location you have. So when you're choosing a location, especially when you're trying to get more customers, what do you usually think about? How did you come to this particular location?
That is one of the key aspects in picking a business or the type of business that you want to pursue or to undertake. In that, you just have to identify. Now, like for gaming, the most people are young people. So you have to focus on areas that have a population of young people. Like the location that we are in, around the surrounding buildings are the residential areas for the young people or the students within the institution of higher learning. So that is one aspect. The other one is the security of the area, and the other one is accessibility. Yes, so those are the aspects that you need to look into when you are choosing the place to set up your business.
There is the balance of costs and of course profits. You have to make a profit, but you also have to incur a cost. When you want to ensure that your users or the people who are coming here are getting the best experience, how do you usually balance it out with the amount of money you put into your business?
What I believe in, or what drives me, is when you service, it's like a vehicle. When you service your vehicle, it will at least give you good service, or it will give you good service when you service your vehicle. But when you fail to, then it will go and break down on you when you need it most. So in my case, the gaming world, what you need more to focus on is the controllers. With good controllers, the gamers will enjoy their experience. With good seats and the atmosphere, you need even to control the temperature. Like you came in, someone said that it was too cold. Right. But when now the gamers are on the moment, it gets so hot that they need something to cool them down.
Turn on the fan.
Yes. So to retain to ensure that they have the best experience is just to ensure that whatever they are using, in the case of gaming, the controllers are in good condition, the seats are in good condition. Like in other businesses like pool table, you need now to ensure that you have good balls and stuff. So you just ensure whatever your consumers are using are in good shape.
Thank you so much. As always, the customer is king. And speaking about king, we'll be having our expert session right after this very short break. Don't go too far.
Kila kiongozi ana hadithi yake ya kipekee.
Wazazi wangu walikuwa bit strict kwa sababu mamangu mwenyewe, mimi kutoka kuzaliwa sijailala nje.
The white small one, huyo ana sniff gunpowder na risasi na bomb. Alafu huyo mwingine ni ridgeback, ana sniff simba.
Even the employees knows that. So when in the boardroom is the chairman, the CEO, and the rest of.
At what point are you a wife?
The minute you get to that inside that door, you become now the wife.
Na kila maamuzi wanayoyafanya hufichua mengi kuhusu utu wao na uongozi wao.
We see God blessing us, and we now realize the power of giving also has to be rewarded back.
Kupitia kipindi Mfahamu Kiongozi, tunakuletea mahojiano ya kusisimua na uchambuzi wa kina kuhusu viongozi wetu.
Pick your core business as the bigger stones. Put them in your diary first. Give priority the bigger things.
Usikose kila Alhamis saa 1:30 jioni.
In a world where challenges are as common as opportunities, there are those who dare to defy the odds. They are the entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurship isn't just about starting a business, it's about embracing uncertainty, pushing boundaries and turning dreams into reality.
Hata ambao ni pesa ya kusave, wallahi. Ambao mwaka ni pesa nyingi sana.
As long as you're earning something, there's always that opportunity to save. And you start with where you are.
The way we run the business is in a very unforgiving way, where every team member has to bring out their best.
So, to all the dreamers, innovators, and risk takers out there, remember, being an entrepreneur isn't just a job, it's a way of life. Join the journey, become an...
And we're back on the grind. Thank you so much for being a part of this particular episode. We're talking about the gaming industry. We just want to get some insights on it. But first, let's take a look at the business capital. So how can you navigate the world of gaming? 1, you can join a gaming community and you can create networks. As an upcoming gamer, it is advisable to spend time on forums and places where players congregate. 2, research trends and the dynamics. Maybe you have probably tried your hands at a couple of games or you've heard about them. Before tossing yourself in this field, do as much research as possible and find your motivation. 3, find the right gear. Gaming is not cheap and you should invest in the proper hardware. Competitive gaming comes with its own hardware and can make a difference to your gaming prowess. Compete and get noticed. Starting off is a different thing. Now you're supposed to attend tournaments and play competitively. Through such platforms, you get to leverage your position as a pro gamer. Such competitions also sees you walk home with cash prizes and other merchandise to keep you going. And lastly, aim for the global scope. Always aim for the bigger picture. What's happening in the global scene? this should be the main goal in your endeavor. And right from the business capital, we have our expert of the day, who is also our entrepreneur of the day. I did say that he is a veteran, and the veteran is going to tell us what is going on here. Maybe if you could just tell us the gaming industry. You've been here for a while. How is the industry?
The industry is at a growing stage, at a good, steady growing stage, because you'd find that the number of gamers are increasing by the day. When we organize tournament, you find that the numbers are increasing day by day. So we are at a steady growth rate.
So we're doing very well.
Yes.
And this sector is growing very steadily. So what is pushing the popularity of the gaming industry?
What is pushing the popularity is the huge number of young people. You find in Kenya we have a population of about 56 million people, and about 80% of them are the young ones. So with young people, gaming is part and parcel of them. So that is what is increasing the numbers.
Right, and it's not always rosy. Things aren't always good. Maybe let's talk about the challenges in the gaming industry. What would you say in your tenure you've seen are some of the challenges that are faced? For businesses, one of the major challenges are thefts in gaming dens. Like in the recent, at the beginning of the year, there was a surge for gaming dens break-ins. I was a victim, and from it I've learned, like you've seen in the shop, we have some gaps for where there are supposed to be some screens, but they were stolen at the beginning of the year. And but from that we learned that we need now to be more keen. We learned, I also personally learned that I need to have insurance for this type of business. And the other challenge is on for the gamers themselves, because that you find that you don't have gaming servers around Africa. So that affects the latency or the flow of the game. And at least there are conversations around now having servers in Africa. That would really help, yes. Right. Now let's talk about policies and regulations. Gaming is kind of in the digital space, so things are not that, open, things are not that regulated. What would you say are some of the policies that are either helping or challenging this particular sector?
One thing that I'd like to applaud about the progress that Kenya has made in matters gaming, we have now a fully acknowledged esports federation. That is one thing. But matters licensing now for the businesses, you find that gaming is confused with betting or gambling. Right. So like the licenses that we get from the county government or the national government, you find that there are licenses under betting and control. So that is one area that I feel that needs to be separated, because the moment you put the aspect of gambling and betting, now the parents now shy away from taking their children to areas that they are known for betting. So that is one area that I feel that is one major aspect. The other one is now traveling documents for players. You find that gamers we are not that known, but and then you find that maybe a tournament has happened and a gamer needs to travel. I think such a case needs to be treated with urgency and in the immigration department, but you find that esports mainly is not recognized. So you just told panga line kama wengine.
Right. So you want them to take it with the seriousness that it deserves?
Yes, yes.
Right. Now let's talk about consumer habits. Of course, consumers are always changing. Today you have this client, tomorrow you have another client. What would you say are some of the consumer behaviors that you've seen?
A pattern that I've noted is like shying away from certain games. Like you find that as tournament organizers, you are contacted to organize a tournament for a certain game, but you find that you don't get players for such games. The other pattern is that it is difficult now to convert. We have mobile gamers and console gamers and PC gamers. Now to convert a mobile gamer into a console gamer, it is somehow not fluid. So you find that some of the gamers shy away or prefer to retain their gaming model.
Right. And that's quite interesting. I've never really thought about that. You've said something about how sometimes the esports are not taken that seriously, and this presents a challenge. What would you say is the economic impact of these games? Of course, we know internationally it's worth billions of dollars. In the local economy, do you believe that it's adding on to it? What is the impact?
Gaming has brought a good impact on the economy, because I was reading from Newzoo. Newzoo is gaming, and I think they get data for gaming in Africa, for gamers in Africa, and they ranked Kenya as sixth best country in matters gaming and expenditure. But the biggest now revenue comes from mobile gaming, because I think that comes with the fact that most young people have smartphones. So even I believe you say that you don't play, or you're not a gamer, but you have a game in your phone.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. So you are also counted as a gamer, only that you do it casually.
Even, is it Candy Crush?
Yes.
So I'm a gamer?
You are a gamer. So you just need to convert it from casual to now professional, or take it as a career if you are interested in. Yes.
Let's talk about emerging technology trends, right? There is, of course, you've said that phone gaming and, console gaming could be quite different. How about virtual reality? Nowadays, you can do something and you probably go to a whole other universe. How are changing technologies, influencing this sector?
They're influencing in a positive way, because now we have virtual reality, augmented reality, and now mixed reality. With that, you find that the client or the customers have different options to choose from. If you want to go into the virtual reality world, you'll get it now under gaming. So also now the virtual reality and now gaming, they are now bringing cohesion or flowing into now into even the education world. You find that virtual reality is being used now for education, or maybe for virtual surgery. That is an area that is being explored. So something that you might have learned through gaming may become useful in your education life. So yeah.
Things are changing very fast. Finally, where do you see the future of gaming? Things are always changing. Where do you see it going in the next couple of years?
In Kenya, I believe now things are shaping up. Like I've said, with the federation. Now we see with the governing body that is now taking care of your interest, you're only left with the hope that things will be right. And with the steady growth, now with the gamers and with the federation, things will be bright.
The future is bright.
Yes.
Thank you so much for engaging us. This particular episode has been very, very insightful for me even, and I'm hoping that you've also learned a lot, and maybe this is a sector that you want to venture into. Do comment and tell us what you think about it on our socials at the bottom of the screen. Thank you so much for being a part of the grind. Until next week, same time, same place, my name is Hibak Said.